You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, the Rookie of the Year race, because that, of course, is done by Associated Press voters. And we now know where this stands because there's been an update in the voting figure. And now we know, okay, is it Caitlin Clark right now or is it Angel Reese? I think most of us with any kind of brain pan believes it should be Caitlin Clark. I can't believe this would even be close. And we've got shocking numbers, not only involving ratings from this past week, but the amount of revenue and impressions that Caitlin Clark has led to versus 2 years ago in this league. And it is shockingly high. All right, just to give you an idea before we jump into that, the Indiana Fever alone have accounted for 1 billion impressions this year, and that's advertising impressions. So we'll see what kind of money when we take a look at that's led to, but it's definitely a hell of an increase. And you got to remember, all that television revenue is translates over into what will be, I would presume, to be a new media deal. Again, there's been rumors of $200 to $240 million, and that's how these players who seem to hate Caitlin Clark, that's how they're going to increase their actual salaries. It's going to be television revenue. So we'll have to see. Caitlin Clark leads Angel Reese in the race for the WNBA Rookie of the Year honors at the midpoint of the season, according to a national panel of voters who also ranked the AP Power Poll each week. Clark and Reese have garnered national attention with record-setting rookie seasons, leading them to being the first rookie duo to make an all-star team since 2014, so it's no surprise they're leading candidates for the awards. The pair have helped the league to huge ratings increases, attendance, and merchandise sales. With so much basketball still to be played, an argument can be made for either to win the award. You see what the media is doing here? Oh, an argument can be made. I don't know how, but okay. That's where we're at, folks. There is a actual narrative, an actual push to try to get Angel Reese this award. But at the halfway point, the 15-member panel gives the edge to Clark. It's 9-5 right now. All right? And one person did not vote. So it's 9-5 out of... ridiculous. I cannot even believe Angel Reese has got 5 votes. I mean, that's crazy. That's somebody, that's 5 people that literally don't give a rip when they start digging into the actual statistics. Quote, today, I would say Clark only because they have one more win overall as a team and have a 2-1 head-to-head voter, Christy Winter-Scott, a basketball analyst for the Mystics. Clearly, this could change as the WNBA season progresses. It has been a complete joy for me to witness how both players have evolved as professionals in such a short amount of time in the league. Wow. Okay. So she is using the win as the tiebreaker. That's unbelievable. I mean, that's crazy to me right now. Clark is leading the WNBA in points accounted for. Let me read that again. Clark is leading the WNBA in points accounted for, points plus points off assist, with 713, according to ESPN. That's a stat we haven't seen before and haven't talked about, and it's a big one. The Indiana Fever's number 1 pick also became the first rookie to have a triple-double in a game and doing it in a win over New York. I mean, we thought that was going to squash this Angel Reese narrative bullshit, but it hasn't done it. It hasn't, because the media seemed to double and triple down after the triple-double. And they seem to go in a full court press mode to try to elevate Angel Reese into this spot. Reese has set the WNBA record for consecutive double-doubles with 13, passing Candace Parker's mark of 12 across 2009 and 2010. She's leading the league in rebounding with 11.9 per game. Also, of course, Aja Wilson is leading for the WNBA Player of the Year. I guess that would be / MVP. But man, I cannot even believe they're allowing this to be that close with this voting. And if that's like, for example, that's that woman's criteria. Oh, they're 2-1 head-to-head, blah, blah, blah. What are we talking about here? Look at the statistics and do a deep dive. I did a video yesterday of a deep dive that was done into Angel Reese's statistics, and they're not good. All right? Her statistics are not good when you dig into them. And, wow. All right. So you're telling me there's a bunch of people voting that probably should not be voting for these awards. In the Caitlin Clark era, WNBA audiences have qualified as milestones have become routine. Saturday's Liberty Fever WNBA regular season game averaged 1.87 million on CBS. Wow, that's a big rating. Marking the 5th largest WNBA audience in 23 years. Each of the top 5 have come this season and involved Caitlin Clark in the Fever. Angel Reese. Indiana's win peaked at 2.65 million in the 2:45 p.m. Eastern Quarter Hour, was the 12th WNBA game this season with a 7-figure audience, tying 2002 as the most in any season since 1997. The WNBA entered this season having gone nearly 16 years without a single 7-figure audience. This league was a total failure. A total failure. That tells you all you need to know. Entered this season having gone nearly 16 years without a single 7-figure audience. Wow. Clark and the Fever have played 11 of those 12 games with 1 million viewers this season. Lone exception, Sparks Aces on May 18th. Now, let's look at the ad revenue. The Clark Bonanza is translating into higher ad revenue for networks. According to the advertising analytics company EDO, WNBA regular season games have generated an estimated $12.4 million in television ad revenue through the end of June, up 36% from the same point last year, and nearly doubling the same point in 2022. The increase in ad revenue is relatively modest compared to the rise in advertising impressions. I imagine there's some advertisers that are like, we want to see what happens with all these players that are hating on Caitlin Clark. Will Caitlin Clark ultimately stay in the league? Yada, yada, yada. Will she just want to put up with it? Will the viewers get tired of the other players in the league and decide to tune out, even though they would like to support Caitlin Clark? There's a lot of narratives in and around that of how long do people want to watch these petty, jealous other players play. All right? Not to mention at some point they're going to bring politics into this. They've already tried at times, right? $2.2 billion through June, up 57% from the same point last year and up nearly 700% from just $278 million in 2022. By comparison, the full season of women's college basketball generated $26 million in ad revenue off of 2.7 billion impressions. So the ad money is not even equally as valuable. You can see that. They're very close to the women's college game, but the ad revenue is way off, right? You would expect that number for the WNBA to be up around 18, 19 million, and instead it's 12.4 million. Fever games account for just over a third of ad revenue and nearly half of the impressions at 1 billion. No small feat given that the Indiana Fever have played in just 9% of the total number of national games thus far, 17 of 53. Excluding NBA TV, Indiana has played in just over a third of the games, 12 of 34. EDO estimates the advertisements during Fever games generate more than double the level of engagement of other games, which the company measures by tracking behavior such as visits to advertisers' websites and searches related to products. So they're driving it all, basically. They're driving the whole bus, the Indiana Fever and, of course, Caitlin Clark. But what does that tell you? I mean, over a third of the entire impressions for the whole league is one team. That's it. Caitlin Clark, one player. Angel Reese, not going to like that very much, right? But here we are. The media is trying to gift Reese the WNBA Rookie of the Year award. And, man, I got to tell you, fans are going to be furious if that thing is handed to her with her fraudulent statistics she keeps putting up. Let's be honest here, okay? But no surprise. A little bit surprised that the ad revenue is not higher than that, but I think that is an indictment of the past failures of this league, and I think advertisers, I think they want to make sure that this has got some legs to it before they start spending even more money on ads. That makes sense, too. Let's be honest, the league's been living off the NBA forever. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.